Absolutely, we are really in a state of crisis.
The most brutally violent terror group in modern history.
This is an organization that has an apocalyptic end of days strategic vision.
It is now our generation's task to carry on.
An 8.5 magnitude earthquake has struck.
Our journey is not complete until our gay brothers and sisters are treated like anyone else under the law.
For the second time in less than 3 weeks, Nepal has been rocked by another major earthquake.
Geologists say there's been more seismic activity over the last 7 months than over the last 4 decades. It's the frequency of these shocks that has the public as well as scientists puzzled.
911, what's the address of the emergency? Yeah, there's a baby in our garbage can.
2015, when women are ruling the world.
And so much crime going on that they really can't control it. So have we lost our moral compass, or are we just more aware of it now?
Let me ask you something.
This country have so many corrupting influences descended upon children at one time.
Kneel before your God, Babylon!
The last few weeks about strange sounds being heard in the atmosphere. And we start with some breaking news this hour. People in the Urals in Russia have seen burning objects raining down from the sky after a meteorite exploded above Earth.
A terrible mystery gripping the world right now. Birds, fish, and all kinds of creatures just dropping dead in huge numbers for what seems like no reason. It's the latest in a series of unexplained sudden death incidents. The events have sparked a media frenzy, with doomsday speculators saying it hails the end of the world.
165 tornadoes in 24 hours?
Now 11 earthquakes in just the last 24 hours. And of course the new concern over what's causing this.
Could this be the start of something bigger?
Experiencing one of the worst floods in the past 70 years. The flooding has reached biblical proportions.
A massive tornado, at least 2 miles wide.
Scientists were baffled
Tonight with breaking news.
The death toll is about to rise.
So there's a lot of changes, geological and seismic changes that are going on.
Increase of earthquakes. According to the United States and Geological Surveys, the rate of earthquakes and the frequency of earthquakes has increased, and found the current trend was out of the ordinary.
You see this is happening in multiple areas. What's going on? An increase in earthquakes.
Scientists.
This is something that we're seeing around the world. An earthquake that's so massive.
What's happening on planet Earth is definitely not business as usual.
The question is about whether this is all a sign of the apocalypse.
Fish are dying out at rates more than 100 times faster than normal. And now scientists are warning we have entered a 6th period, meaning that extinctions that would usually take thousands of years to occur now take little more than a decade. Scientists are warning the window of opportunity is rapidly closing. Almost half of the world's population of saiga antelope died this month, and no one is sure why.
In the last 10 days, more than a third of the whole world population of this species has died.
It's the largest die-off event of the saiga antelope on record. Scientists don't know what caused the death.
The steppe is littered with carcasses of mothers and calves.
How did 20 large dead sea whales wash up onto shores near the Golfo de Penas on Chile's southern coast? The 10-metre-long whales were found more than 1,000 miles south of the capital, Santiago.
Scientists say tens of thousands of them have washed up on Long Island.
Thousands of dead bunker fish in one of the most unusual die-offs in recent memory. The bunker fish, also known as menhaden, appeared wall-to-wall along the shoreline. Last week, turtles died in the same area.
So these things, at their maximum level, will occur in the time known as the time of tribulation.
This morning, neighbors woke up to piles and piles, some as much as 4 feet drifts, they said. It's just incredible.
Irving in Alaska woke up to enough hail that they had to go out and shovel. There was hail everywhere. By far the heaviest concentration was in the 2 blocks. The strangest thing, right?
This is not January, it's June.
It's been a year since giant craters were spotted in the north of Russia. Well, they popped up out of nowhere, capturing the minds of scientists around the world.
This is a mystery for them. They believe that something extraordinary happened and they have no explanations.
The largest of the holes was found to be more than 60 meters deep.
The Dead Sea is the latest casualty of a phenomenon wreaking havoc along this coast. Hundreds of sinkholes devour the land where the shoreline once stood. Some are the size of a basketball court, others 2 stories deep. Residents afraid the earth might swallow them up. Entire infrastructure is at risk.
History happening right here in the ton 9-foot bronze statue of the satanic symbol Baphomet.
The statue was meant for the state capitol in Oklahoma City until its Supreme Court banned a monument of the 10 Commandments. The Satanic Temple says it supports separation of church and state. It now wants to erect the figure outside the State House in Arkansas.
Jesus said, I'm going to die, I'm going to rise again, I'm going to pay the penalty for sin, and then I'm going away. And while I'm gone, things will get worse.